So hi, welcome to Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with...
I'm Jenna.
I'm Ferd.
I'm Lance, and we are the ones you forgot.
And we're some questions.
Of them.
Yeah. And we have some questions to say about the new EP, Time Trial. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Thank you. It's been great. It's been so long since we've released anything.
Too long.
Yeah. It was probably the last time that we talked to you guys. But being honest, it would have been...
He was desensitized, I think.
Yeah, that was the last one, and that was 2021.
I feel like it was 2020.
Yeah,
so. I'm like asking you guys. I don't know. We wrote it, but who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been just so awesome. I mean, like, I would say probably like less of a as, how can I say this? Not like a produced release, but I feel like we kind of just like went for it this time. Like in the past, there were so many little moving pieces and so many things that we were always like so worried about. But like this time around, we're like, we like the songs. Let's just like do it. Like we don't have to follow any rules. Like we can do it the way we want. So to be able to release it kind of like that and then it still be received and everyone enjoys it, that's been awesome.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. The EP rocks. Although I wasn't there, I saw Instagram stories. The release show looked like there were a lot of people there. Looks like people were excited about it.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah.
That's the most packed I've ever seen that place.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was so cool.
So, of course, since we've already gotten out of the way that it has been a minute since there's been new music, kind of talk a little bit about why, if you can.
Guys, do we really have a why? Or are we just bad?
We all got big boy jobs, and Justin had a kid.
That'll do it.
Life got in the way.
Yeah, honestly, like that's kind of part of it. Like the pandemic hit, our drummer Justin had a kid, so that was like, you know, crazy life change for him. Some of us were finishing up school, some of us started like new, you know, like the 9-to-5 type of jobs. So that definitely has an effect on the amount of time that we can dedicate as opposed to when you're like 17 and have no responsibilities and like we would jam like 4 times a week because we could. It's not like that anymore, unfortunately. Those were the good days.
Yeah.
No.
But 2 practices a week, like minimum.
Yeah. We always had like the scheduled time, like we were like writing constantly. So and obviously you don't need to like be together to write nowadays. It's like, you know, it's obviously, and just depending on how you write, it's different. But being that there was 3 songs on here, Enjoy the Ride has actually been done since before Desensitized came out, since before Something for Me came out. Enjoy the Ride's been done for years.
Damn.
So that's the crazy part.
Like done.
Yeah, like literally mastered and sitting in our Dropbox.
I think it's been done like around Warped Tour. When
Yeah.
It's been done since September of 2019.
That's
So,
that's a long time.
2019.
Nice.
Yeah, Ferd, when do you remember when you like actually like started writing to that?
Probably like 6 months before we even recorded it.
This is so crazy.
And then like even before that, it was just like that main riff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up turning it into a song. I remember when I first wrote it, like I used to play it so differently compared to how we play it now.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, a lot
bet.
changes in 5 years, you know?
Yeah.
It's so bad. It literally has been done for years. And that's kind of like, it's funny because it encompasses like the whole like theme of the EP was, you know, time trials is like, you know, being worried about the time and trying to get things done as quickly as possible and trying to get on to the next thing. And that was kind of like our process was like the song was done, but we were waiting for like the perfect moment to, you know, release it. And then we were kind of just like guys, let's just do it. It's been, you know, a while. We love the song. Like, what are we waiting for? So it was like one of those moments. But yeah, just like I said, songs have been done. Live for the Now and Stepping Stone came way later. but once like we wrote those and we're like, oh, this like fits there, like there's a common theme between all these songs, we should release them together. And then that kind of like pushed it down the line a little bit more. But yeah, it's just the the songs, they've existed. We just we were waiting for a long time. I don't know. It happened, but that's what we were like, let's just go for it, guys. And then that's what happened. So we're hoping we don't wait that long again.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Hopefully there's not another pandemic to stop us.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, that song definitely would have, Enjoy the Ride would have come out in 2020 easily.
Oh yeah. It would have been out a while ago.
Yeah, but that was like, gotta be like our follow-up. But then we're like, we love this song. I don't want to release it during the pandemic. Like, we can't play it. We can't do this. Obviously there were a lot of challenges to that time. But yeah, so hopefully it doesn't take that long again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. So you already tackled the meaning of the EP title. So I'd love it if you could go and tell us the meaning behind the EP cover art, if possible.
Yeah, I'll dive into that. So like I was saying before, in like terms of like time trials, like all the songs kind of encompass just like, that vibe of like time feels like it's moving so fast. Like you're always trying to get to the next step. You're comparing yourself to others, like, just like a vicious cycle for sure. And it was something that I was feeling with Enjoy the Ride. And then when Live for the Now and Stepping Stone came along and I was still singing about like the same topic, I was like, okay, like something's going on here. But Time Trials as a name came from I got it from Mario Kart because and this is for any video game, but Mario Kart, a time trial, you're racing against yourself trying to beat your record, and that was kind of how I was looking towards life. And I was like, this is not like a way to live by any means. So the album art stemmed off of that, where it's like a race, and we wanted to kind of siphon it out with the singles. Like one is a trophy, one was like a medal. I think Enjoy the Ride was the medal. Yeah, Live for the Now was the trophy. And then the race car was kind of like the whole thing, like with the flaming tires, like the checkers for the finish line stuff. It was all kind of just to tie in that theme of a race, essentially.
Yeah.
It's actually, there's a line in Enjoy the Ride where I say, life's not a race, but I always feel like I'm in last place. So that was kind of like, I kind of took that line from it and applied it to it. I'm like, how can we visualize this? And then that's the idea that we came up with.
All right. Nice. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this EP?
Yeah. Ferd, do you want to take the lead on that? Me and Ferd are the primary songwriters, but he's normally the one on the music end. So I kind of follow his lead.
Yeah, to be honest, like not much has changed. Like I would come up with something, I'll send it in the email, and everyone will listen to it and pitch their ideas. And we would just build off of that. And then if there's any parts that Jenna needed me to like extend or cut short to fit her vocal lines, then that's what I would do. That I would demo it out, bring it to a producer. Then he would make make some suggestions on what to do with the song.
Yeah, there's like different I guess like layers in the process. Like Ferd almost like creates the skeleton, and then like when I kind of like match to his vibe almost. And it's funny how I was able to kind of make the same theme work for like 3 totally different songs. And that wasn't my intention. It was just like what I was feeling and somehow how I made it apply, because Enjoy the Ride and like Live for the Now, they have like an upbeat, like a poppy kind of vibe, like they sound fun, but when you actually kind of listen to it, it's like, oh, it's kind of, it's addressing something that may be a little more serious, but is kind of like vibed in a way that it's upbeat and happy. So I was feeling those things, and Ferd, get like these outlines of the songs to me. And then, like you said, I'll kind of go in and be like, let's change this. Like I have a part that would fit if you do this differently, things like that. And I kind of like layer into him. Yeah. So that's kind of how it's like, it's almost always been. There's been a few times where
Yeah.
we've gotten together and like we all sat in a room and like jammed and came up with something. There's been times when like individually like we put things together. But for the most part, it's like me and Ferd kind of doing it back and forth, and we encompass the band. We always will jam it before we go to the studio though. Like we'll play it live and see how it sounds before we record it. Which like Ferd was saying, it always kind of ends up changing anyway, because when we bring it to the studio, our producer Rob like will add in some stuff, we'll make some suggestions, we'll change some things. So it ends up sounding differently anyway, but we like to play it all together and make sure we're like, does everybody like this song? Does everybody feel good about it? Because even though if me and Ferd are like primarily the songwriters, it's still like it's a group, you know, thing. So everybody gets involved, and if someone isn't really into the song, then we address it and see what we can change, and vice versa.
Makes sense.
So I want you three to tell us your favorite lyric off this EP and what it means to you.
If you can't pick a lyric, instrumental. Yeah.
Instrumental moment.
I'm
That's
about
funny.
to,
I'm so bad with remembering lyrics, even with our own music.
That's okay.
I was like, I can.
As long as you
I
can remember how to
totally
play the song.
Exactly.
Hold on.
I know. I know the lyrics. I'm just trying to think of like a good one off the top of my head that really hits.
I mean, the
spot.
one I said before is definitely a top favorite. Life's
Yeah,
Not
that's
a
definitely
Race.
up there for me. No, I'm gonna do two. The lyrics that Jenna, the one that Jenna mentioned earlier, and my guitar solo and Live for the Now.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, yeah,
There
that's
you go.
like that's fire. So I
Yeah,
think
me
my
too.
favorite part, the last chorus in Live for the Now, there's like a lot of different layers to that, like as far as like production goes, and there's so many different things going on in that last chorus. Specifically, like the back half. It's actually, and I like the lyrics too, when I say, what's the rush for? You know, life only has one destination, that's the end. Like that part, but also just at the end of that song, there's like all these little drones and like just a bunch of like, and there's all these moments, there's these layers of guitars, there's so many things going on at that part, it just hits. And I remember like the first time I heard it, like in the car, when you do the car test, when you get your songs, I was like blown away. And then we ended up getting instrumental versions of it. And I would just listen to the instrumental part of that last chorus because it hit so hard. So I think that's gotta be one of like my top, I guess, musical moments of the record. Well, also, what was the other line I liked? I'm literally pulling up the lyrics on my phone. I also like when I say, the joy in what we have is lost in wanting more, which I actually know I definitely accidentally stole that, because I know there's like another like official quote from somebody who says like the similar thing. And then I think I got something in a fortune cookie that was similar to this. So it definitely got like stemmed from somewhere where I subconsciously put it in. I was like, I love this. This works perfectly. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite lines too.
All right.
Okay, I got mine. The so like the little build up before the solo in Live for the Now, when it's like it gets all groovy and funky fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there's a lyric in there. Jenna says, "Hey, hey." So
Okay. All right. There you
that,
go.
like that span of like 15 seconds when it's like doing that, it's like digga 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 dan, digga 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 dan, and it goes into the solo. I just like, oh, it gives me like a serotonin boost every time I hear that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have
Funky
to
fresh,
single
baby.
that from you and agree on that. That's definitely, especially like I get that little snare solo.
Yeah.
They're so
It's just very hyped. That part.
Is that your favorite part, Justin?
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say that too.
All right. So where is your headspace at while you guys are writing the CP?
I mean,
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool. I go since I was late. So the theme of the lyrics like was all Jenna, you know. But I can agree that everybody else was like mutually in the same headspace as her at the same time, even though we didn't write her lyrics. At least I know for a fact I was. Like I relate to every single word she wrote on the CP. And like,
Yeah, I'm the same
it's
way.
not my own, but I will preach it and the message we're trying to get at. You know, this EP was like a lot of positive vibes, you know, because like it was more so of, you know, just everybody struggles in every day. It was like, you know, what, like the message of like how to overcome it. And normally, you know, in the past, a lot of the stuff we've done has been like a little sadder. So like I really enjoy the theme and like where we went with like taking like where we have suffered in the past and like have put it into our own music.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's awesome that like Jenna writes these lyrics and then everybody in the band is in agreement that like this is like we all feel that way. Like we don't get that very often. I mean, we don't get to talk to multiple members very often now either, but like typically the members have different headspaces because like one was writing the instrumentals, the other one was working on the lyrics. They were in two separate rooms and they came together and then they just made this song and that was it.
Yeah.
So it's cool to hear that, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, like, because I mean we're together now, God, 8 years. Like we grew up together.
Don't say that out loud.
We've seen like 10 years of life together. Like we were, I mean, I know I was a totally different person when I first joined this band for like the headspace I am now. Like now I'm a father. Like, you know, like it's wild and it's really cool to like see the growth and like just how we've all developed. I mean, I'm the oldest one in the band, but I can, you know, again, speak for all of us that like I think we're all on the same page. I mean, I know we're all on the same page, so it's cool. Like we vibe together, and I think that's a reason why we write some good tunes.
It's awesome. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Anyone else want to add in?
I'll be the oddball out.
Okay.
I feel like it was kind of like a heavy, like all the lyrics in this were kind of heavy. Like obviously, as Jenna was just saying, it's like, you know, enjoying what you have while it's there and all that stuff. But I was like having some of the most exciting times of my life in the last couple of years, like basically like the tail end of the pandemic and on. I was like starting a new career. I got a new girlfriend, like was just getting more friends and stuff, you know, concerts coming back. Like there was definitely some bad, like it seemed pretty hopeless during the pandemic, but like once we actually got the songs recorded and we're like in the process of getting the EP out, it was like kind of, you know, on the up and up. I was feeling pretty good about everything.
Oh yeah.
There were definitely some lows at the beginning, like when the songs were like, you know, in their like, you know, fetus stage, when there were still like little pre-pros sitting in the email before we even went to the studio or anything. That was kind of when like the world was like pretty dire.
Yeah.
But that was like, I like to think the start of like something cool. Like life was just got better from there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I can add to that, and I can say that like in terms of me writing the lyrics, obviously these songs were kind of all written at different times, but still very much related to the same thing. So me, like when I write lyrics, I tend to notice there's some certain like themes that I bucket my head into, and a lot of the times I'm writing almost like a note to self. And I'm kind of writing like a reminder to myself of like when you hear this song, like this is what I was trying to tell me, you know. And that's definitely the vibe for all three of these songs. Like I feel like I'm talking at myself in a sense. So for me, it was kind of like a mix of like I was feeling very grateful for like just my life in general, not just for the music career, but just for everything that was going on in life. I was feeling very grateful, but I was also feeling very sad because I felt like there were a lot of moments where I was stuck in my own head and I wasn't paying attention to a lot of the good things that are happening in front of me because I was so worried about everything else, either the past or the future. So it was kind of like to myself, like, you know, to remind me, you know, what you have in front of you is really, really good. So just like soak it up and enjoy every moment of it. But then to the Nod of Stepping Stone, that song kind of takes a turn out of Enjoy the Ride and Live for the Now, because that one kind of touches on the fact that like bad things don't last forever either. So when you're stuck in, you know, a moment where you feel like, you know, your life is over or whatever it is, like you're going to get through it just like you did all the other times. So for me, it's also like my headspace was at just kind of a reminder of just like the passing of time, and again, time trials. So it's all kind of, mixed into one, but to remind you, like enjoy the good while it's here, but also remember if it's not good, it won't be like this forever. So that was kind of my mindset, I was like, what do I need to hear right now? And that's kind of how these songs came together. And Enjoy the Ride was written, much earlier, but of course, as the other ones came along, these were still things that were very much relevant to me. So yeah, it's a long-winded way of saying that was where my headspace was.
Makes sense.
Fine. Yeah. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, no more, no less.
Ooh,
12
okay.
total.
Groovy.
Okay,
Okay.
groovy.
Oh wait, does it have to be like 3 separate words, or can it be like a phrase?
Yeah,
No.
3 separate words.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
I was
gets
trying to
3.
think of like you'll love this or something.
Oh, I mean, it can work together. They can be connected. I thought you were just saying like 3 words, like divided.
No,
amongst
it's
the 4 of
okay.
you.
The
Okay.
way you suggest is actually way easier. Did you say groovy?
Yeah.
What's not thoughtful? What's a word I can say that it thought provoking? I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does that count as 1? Is there a dash in there? Thought provoking.
yeah. That. I mean, do you want it to count as 2? I mean, it's 1. But
Thought provoking. Well, we'll say it's 1 for
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Let's keep it as 1. Just fun.
mhm.
I don't know. Like I listen to songs and I'm like, I want to play these. It's fun. I want people to jump around to them.
Yeah, I love playing these songs.
Feels good to play new songs after
Yeah.
8 years.
Is that how we would do 3 words, or are we all saying 3 words?
I'll give mine.
Everyone is 3 words each.
Okay, so I have 2.
You're at 2. Ferd, you're at 1. Lance, you're about to give yours. Justin,
Yeah,
we're waiting
You
too.
got yours, Buck?
Yeah, I got mine.
All right.
Motivational, uplifting, and relatable.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
That's great, dude.
Oh,
Uplifting.
Yeah.
That's one.
That's a good one.
I can't use that since Justin used it.
It's got to be different.
Yeah.
Mine is extremely tasty jam.
There you
Dude,
go.
I was gonna say
Nice.
tasty. I was gonna say groovy, dope, and tasty.
We'll give it to
There
you.
you
We'll
go.
give it
You
to
could
you.
use dope. Dope AF
Um,
songs. There you go.
yeah. If I could do one more, what did I say? I said thought provoking, fun.
Long time coming.
Well, yeah.
This guy just keeps spitting out
years
3.
ago.
I was
He's
gonna
doing it
say
for the whole band.
mature. That could maybe tie in. Like I feel like in terms of Toy, these are much more mature songs. I guess I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So what's your favorite memory that you guys made while creating this EP?
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Was this when we so I love going to the studio because it's just like, yes, we have to record, but it's just like a little mini vacation with everybody.
Mhm.
I think
Oh, I got my memory.
I have my memory too.
I was just say like I loved like we went to get barbecue at that one place. It was really fun, like a fun moment.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Friends.
about that.
We like
Oh,
made friends
yeah.
with like the lady that was working there. She was like
In the
running
middle of the woods.
we
I
were
like
there.
we were watching.
Nowhere.
That was like my first moment of watching the UFC fights with you guys, and it was like
Was
2
that
in the
for- was
morning,
that
and
for
I was
this
like
EP
curled up,
or-
like sleeping, like
Were those sessions for this EP, or was that for December?
had
That was
to
for
have
this
been.
EP. That
it
was
definitely
for
was
this
for the CP.
Yeah, because that night might have been one of my favorite nights. We were all just like chilled and watched the fights, even though I
Yeah.
fell asleep.
EP.
Well, I would stay awake.
No, all
It was-
of you guys fell asleep during the main event. I ended up watching
was
it on my
so
phone
late.
while everyone was asleep.
Oh
so
man.
tired.
I think just in general too, just I always love the moment when we all like sit down in the room and listen to like the song when it's like almost done, because obviously there's a lot of mixing involved and stuff. But Rob
Yeah.
will always kind of pull us in like right before we're about to leave, and he'll say, "This is what I have so far," and we'll always record it. Like I think every time that happened, with these songs because we didn't record them at once. We did 3 different sessions. I would say that's one of my favorite moments too, is when we just go in and sit down and like get to hear like the whole thing.
That's definitely a euphoric feeling for sure. Like I'll listen to that recorded clip for like a good 5 days straight and like nothing else.
Oh, dude, I'm the same.
I was gonna say my
Archie
favorite
Bones.
memory. This is kind of a joke answer, but
Okay.
was Ferd recording my bass parts for "Enjoy the Ride" because I was in New Orleans on vacation.
Oh yeah.
I forgot I had to do that.
See, that's how long ago that was. I thought that was for another song. I thought that
Yeah,
was
then
for
I had to-
Enjoy the Ride.
I had to,
we recorded right before that tour, right?
It was right.
Like,
It was
little-
June.
that-
It was recorded June like 5th,
yeah,
2019.
it was like right before.
Because that's when I was
Yeah.
away.
I recorded your bass parts for Enjoy the Ride. Did I do Matt's parts for Live for the Now?
Yes.
yes,
he wasn't
did.
there.
Yeah.
All right, so we were a little fractured, I guess, this time
Yeah.
around.
I forget why Matt didn't make it though.
I think Stepping Stone was the only song where we all, everyone did their own
It's
part.
just it's so
Yeah.
funny because the entire interview you guys have been talking about how everybody's together and like you're making it work despite having 9 to 5s, and then everyone's
We're
just
like,
like,
"Oh,
"Oh, Ferd,
actually-"
didn't you record this part?" Like, Ferd actually sang on one of the songs. You're just not telling us.
yeah, that's actually not Jenna in that one part.
That is
Oh, yo,
funny.
my favorite part was when Rob told me I was locked in the pocket. For me to get a compliment from that man was a good feeling.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
So for
Rob.
this question, oh, sorry. hold on.
Oh. I was gonna say Rob is a legend, but yeah.
True.
Hell yeah.
True.
So for this question, I want you to picture you guys are on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Oh.
Mhm.
That for-
It depends.
Probably.
It depends where we're at.
Okay.
If
Wa-
we're at
I
like
know-
a Wawa, Quick Check, Sheets type of situation,
Mhm.
I'm like, I definitely would get like a soft pretzel.
Ooh.
That's like,
I feel like that's a go-to move for you. Soft pretzel.
Definitely a soft pretzel girl.
yeah.
I feel like my safe go-to anywhere I go is like a protein bar and either a Monster or a coffee. I don't drink Monster like in my real life, but for some reason, and when I'm with the band, like I just want to like slam back a Monster.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's because of that, dude.
It's because of that. Yeah, I want to drink a Monster and like blast Papa Roach.
That's the best way to do it, dude.
That's crazy.
That's my answer. Final answer.
Okay.
Locked
Yeah,
in.
mine's pretty
Fuck,
similar
man.
to Lance. Like
Yeah,
protein
me
bar,
too. Like,
coffee.
I definitely snack though, like, cause I'm a huge snack, especially like
This is a big chip guy.
we're like drinking a little bit afterwards, like after the show. Like, I am a massive snacker. Like, it's like, but I'm eating everybody's chips and like whatnot at that point.
Fair enough. It's just you guys all go on tour. You all turn into Kyles. Poor Jenna. She's got to deal with 4 Kyles on tour.
That's ridiculous.
Pretty much.
Little
Poor
Biscuit and Papa
Kyles.
Roach in the van.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like 1,000% accurate though.
she does an amazing
It
job.
honestly is like, it's so true.
that's
Oh
all.
my God.
That's
Oh my
great.
goodness.
So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Oh God, probably pizza.
Pizza
Yeah.
or barbecue.
Oh, barbecue too. Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah,
No,
barbecue and pizza were my.
definitely barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue and
That's
pizza.
good.
You know what? I
Bar-
think probably barbecue.
Barbecue,
because-
pizza, and hibachi.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh well.
Okay,
yeah.
it's a mix.
I would say it might be a tie between barbecue and pizza, but barbecue is definitely taken over. That's like
That's been
That's
the
like
thing.
a
That's
part
what
of
tour we
tie.
did. We would like
actually
pick
the
a
barbecue
spot.
and the connoisseur. So like, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like we always get barbecue every time we go. Like, there's one spot where we find the best barbecue spot, or we think
Yeah.
we find the best barbecue
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
much.
Because
Yeah,
when
my
we go
favorite-
south, you got it.
Nashville. My favorite was Nashville, and then like when we went to the venue, we were like, "Yeah, we got Martin's," and they were like, "That's like the worst spot." I was like, "Really? That's like the best barbecue I've ever had in my life."
Yeah,
Oh my
for real.
Like it gets
It is
better.
the tourist trap. That's why. We're like, we don't know. It tasted fine.
So for these last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music if that's okay with you guys.
Totes. My goats.
Awesome.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
That's great. So
True
if you could
spot.
switch lives with any celebrity or artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
You guys always hit us with like the big thinkers.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
thought provokers at the end.
Who can I think of that has the best life I've ever heard of?
Fred Durst.
Best life.
Fred Durst.
Bro, he's had a crazy life.
Honestly,
Man.
though, like maybe.
That man is crazy.
They can be dead or alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I guess I'll go with the passed away route, John Bonham. That was like probably one of my first like classic rock, like just rock and roll drummer idols growing up. So like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to pick the brain of somebody who didn't have like force fed technology like we do down our throats. Like, I feel like somebody like that, like their life was just drums. And we have like a million other things that just like take up time. I don't know. There are definitely still drummers out there that utilize their time, like those freaks of nature. But I don't know. It'd be cool to see the mind of somebody like that.
Hmm.
This is
Good
so,
answer. I'm still thinking.
so
That was a
hard.
good book.
I have answered this once before. I don't know if this is still like the answer I'd choose, but answer something similar like this. That I would love to trade places with Kevin Smith because I just feel like he like just has like such a good attitude about everything and is just like the type of like person who's just like, this is a thing that I want to make. Like I want to do it. So I'm going to go do it. And that's what he did. And it ended up just like working. Like, I don't know. Like I always thought that was really cool, like really admirable.
Mhm.
And now I just feel like he's still like regular dude, lives a regular dude life, but is still like, does all these crazy things. And I don't know. That's like, I have answered that once before and that was the answer I was going to give. I feel like I'm gonna come up with something else that would be really sick once this is over, and I'm not gonna be able to answer.
That's okay.
it.
We'll put a speech bubble when you DM us after the fact and be like, "I was
Yes,
actually this."
yeah. After the fact, Jenna answered this. Oh my goodness.
Man, this is a tough question.
I
Can't
know.
think of anymore.
Can it be fictional?
No.
No. Okay.
It's not dead or alive.
All right. So
Were you
Goku's out of the
say
question.
Master
Fictional, who would it be for you, Master Chief?
No,
That's
Goku.
what I was gonna say.
Goku.
Okay, that's
I
a
would
good
not
one.
wanna be
That's a
Master
good respectable one.
You
You know what? I would switch lives with Bruce Lee. Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Wayne Gretzky.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a great
good.
one.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good job, everybody.
Got it made.
Hell
In
yeah.
the shade.
So for this last question, we're placing you in a horror movie. Who in the band would die first, and who would survive until the end?
Oh my
Jenna would
God.
survive until the end
I'm the
because
final
girl
girl.
always survives.
Wait, who's dying first?
I said you'd survive till the end because the girl always survives.
Oh
The
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
always
final
like,
girl.
Oh yeah, it's right.
But
Who would die
who's
first?
gonna die first?
Um,
You guys
Who's
could all just
dying
poo-poo on
I
Matt
feel
because
like
he's not
Justin.
here.
I'm gonna die first. I just got out of jujitsu, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, but you'd like try to take him on, and then you'd just be like stab.
you'd be like,
Aw.
hold them off, guys, run.
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
would.
purple
Yeah, you would
belt.
do the
Yeah.
selfless act of like, I'm gonna stop him, and then he just
I'm
like.
the oldest. Kill off the elderly.
Oh.
There you go. All right.
Hey, you guys don't have to agree with me on that. That was just me.
All right, whatever. I'll take it.
I could totally see it. I'll hold them off,
remember-
guys. Run.
Heroic act.
You know.
So everybody's in agreement here.
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah,
it.
Sounds
I
good.
can see that.
Hey,
All right. So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Do we want to plug? Well, no. I mean, Time Trials just a few days ago turned 1 month old. So wait.
New music coming 2025.
Hell yeah.
I know. Were you promoting your hat on purpose?
Yes, you know why?
Yeah, I'm putting it together now.
Because the camera's not reversed like a mirror.
There you
No,
go.
it is.
Well, it's that little
There we
guy
go.
in the back right there that's going to be happening in 20 something days.
So we got a crazy opportunity that we're like playing an intermission at a Devils game.
Which is fucking awesome, by the way.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's
So excited.
literally insane. So that's happening April 11th. We have a few shows that are in the works, but we haven't announced yet. And then, yeah, hopefully we're going to get together and write soon and hopefully not take 3 years to release anything. And then we will keep you posted, hopefully get a single or something out soon.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you for signing us, guys. It's been the Ones You Forgot, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.